everybody. Welcome in. It's happy Monday to you too. As you all know, I am setting myself up. You got to set yourself up. You never know, guys, what in the world is it that you're going to come across in these YouTube streets sometimes. So here I am, guys. It's Monday. Hope all is well with you. Happy Monday to everybody, all the family out there, all the friends, everybody that's just chiming in that been here for a minute with me. And you all already know that I'm going to come on for a few minutes as I am multitasking as always. But we are here to start off the week right. Just finished up with my gym work, and after the gym, y'all know on my way home, I'll be in the Shmoney. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about. So happy Monday. Let's start this thing off right. Happy Monday, family. If you're working in the gig apps like, DoorDash, Uber Eats, any of those type of Instacart as well, Grubhub, let me tell you something today. Monday is your money day. You know that. That's the Shmoney day. It's on Monday. Today is breaking down. I want to break down for you guys why Monday you can earn the most cash and how to maximize your bag. You all want to stay in the bag, and I want to make sure that you all are focused on the bag, yes, and your scriptures as well. However, though, today, Monday, we're going to talk about the bag, the Shmoney talks, okay? So I want to make sure that I can talk a little bit in regards to how you can maximize your earnings on a Monday and how to start your day, your week off right, and basically from the moment you clock in. So I'm clocking in right now. Hi, Goyo. How are you? Hope all is well. It's Monday. Happy Monday, family. Hope all is well with each and every one of you guys. So as you all know, because Monday is your money day and we're starting off the week right, I want to make sure that I share with you guys a few tips and tricks on how you guys can create and maximize the most, okay, from the moment you click in. So clocking in on Monday is something everybody is coming off, and the reason why I'm mentioning that you can maximize your bag from the moment you clock in on a Monday is because a few things. I'm going to give you these few little tips. I'm going to jump in and jump right back off of this YouTube streets because I'm working, by the way. I have a Walmart Spark in the back, and I just finished up with the gym. So as I am heading for the next few minutes to drop off, I'm going to just chit chat with you guys because, like y'all know, I don't just want to be talking to talk. I want to show you all how I walk as well. Okay, so the first thing, why Mondays are best days for your gig app. I know many of you guys are like, what the talking about? Monday is no good. Let me tell you why Monday is the best day on the gig apps is because most of these folks here, they're tired from the weekend. Nobody want to cook. Nobody want to go grocery shopping. They're definitely rushing into their work week. Everybody's busy trying to get to work. You're not thinking. So guess what? This creates the perfect surge for breakfast, lunch, and early dinner for you to be able to bank, okay? Because people don't want to do these different activities, right? So there's more orders, there's more tips, and there's less competition on a Monday. So that's one of the reasons why I'm telling you guys, y'all can get, you can start making that money as you clock in. That's number one. Number two, there's fewer drivers on the road. Why there's fewer drivers? Because there's a lot of the gig workers today take Monday off because they're recovering also from the weekend. The Monday is basically in their minds, they think it's slower, and they push their hustle to midweek. So most people like to get on the apps mainly right around midweek because they're feeling like if I get on in midweek, I can make the bang for my buck. Not knowing that the beginning of the week, which is on Monday, is where money's at as well. You just have to be able to adjust yourself to it and know the times that you're going to clock in. So this means that there's less competition and there's more orders coming your way because not everybody's going to be clocking in when it comes to drivers because they can see themselves resting up because Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays are hot, especially the weekends. So everybody's not going to want to clock in on a Monday, so that's an advantage for you guys, okay? Number three, the office workers And remote workers order heavy. Why? Because office restarts their meetings. They're going to have a lot of more meetings. People are coming in. Remote workers don't want to leave the desk. Remember, everybody is tired from the weekend. Everybody's just rethinking their minds. Like, you know what? I don't want to do this on no weekend. So, and I don't want to shop. So let me call in and get an order delivered for me. So number 3 is that the office workers and remote workers, they're ordering more heavier. Everybody's still coming off of their jet lags or, you know, they're comatose from all the alcohol that they probably had the weekend. So nobody's thinking about going out and purchasing food. They're talking about takeouts. Okay, so that's another advantage for you guys. That's in the gig economy on any one of those apps that I mentioned prior. Let me mention them again, which is like a DoorDash, which is like a Uber Eats, which is like a Walmart Spark. You're talking about Lyft. You're talking about Uber Drive. You're talking about any one of those gig apps, guys. Why Monday is where you're going to get the bang of your buck for is because nobody wants to do anything extra. Starting from the customers, from the drivers, and right now the office workers is also not going to want to go out there and do much, so they prefer to order takeout. So that's an advantage for the ones that want to turn on a Monday. Okay, so remember that people order their lunch because they also don't want to leave their offices. So there you have it, guys. That's one of the things. Most of the time, lunch hours on a Monday can be fire because nobody is there to drive. No drivers. There's a bunch of orders on Uber, DoorDash, Grubhub. Right now, it's lunchtime. But I choose today to turn on to the one that asks me first, to offer me first, you know, that good offer, Walmart Spark. Y'all know this is the weekend. Walmart Spark is working for me like I mean, it's like a diamond in the rough right here, because it started off at the rough at the beginning of this year, and right now it's kicking in. So that's number 3 reasons why Mondays are lit to work in the gig economy, because nobody else want to go out there and do the work. Okay, number 4, grocery orders also is going to be spike. Why is grocery orders going to be spike on a Monday? Because families going to need groceries for the week. Number 1. Number 2, people skip Sunday grocery runs because they want to rest up to get back to work. And basically, consumer wants that quickly restocks. You know, like all those little coffee shops, mom, pa, all the little bakeries here and there. They're going to be ordering. They're going to need grocery orders. They're going to deliver. So your Monday on the apps that's deliver foods are best for you. Walmart Spark is one. DoorDash especially, that's a quick, fast pace, and Uber Eats, they're going to be lit on a Mondays because of the first 4 things that I mentioned to you guys. And the last thing, you all already know that Mondays and early afternoon brings large cart orders with high tips. That's where all the big tips is at, guys. It's on Mondays. Why? I already mentioned to you guys, nobody want to go out there as drivers to drive. 2, nobody want to turn on because they feel like midweek is where the money is at. Number 3, all the offices, everybody is coming in, you know, with a situation where they're either tired or have a hangover or just overly just trying to gather themselves together. So you're not leaving the office, so you're going to order food. And number 4 is grocery orders for all those shops and stores, that's the mom and pop stores. They're the ones that's going to be able to chime in to restock. So guys, when I tell you Monday is where it's at, Monday is where it's at. Okay, I normally go in with you guys to tell you guys more or less of how much I've been making and how much you can make on the gig economy. But right now, guys, I mean, I don't want to just be telling it to you. I want to make sure that you guys are trying it out and making sure that you guys are taking advantage of the tips and the tricks within the gig economy that I'm sharing with you guys, because I'm working on it. Okay, and the last reason that I feel like Mondays are one of the top way to start off your week with a bang, guys, is the promo pay. Come on now, that promo pay. The challenges that they give you are usually very high. All the incentives starts out on a Monday. Hi, Space Welcome to Life with Paulette. Today we are talking in regards to the gig economy, and y'all already know that that's something extra that I always like to chime in and give a little few tips and tricks here on my channel. So today, as Monday, I want everybody to know, whoever is within the gig economy and you're working any app, don't wait to start your week off on a Wednesday or a Thursday because you're thinking that is basically the best, it's more orders. No, on Mondays, more orders is less drivers, and there's a lot of things that you guys can do during that period of time when it comes to making a few fast cash. As the moment you turn on, you are making that money. So go ahead, guys, make sure that you're setting yourself up to win throughout the week. You don't want to wait till midweek to get that $100, $200 raise that you want to give yourself on top of what you're currently doing. Some of you all have that 9 to 5. I know 9 to 5 is nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, but it's also you're working for somebody else. When you're in the gig economy, you're working for you. So whatever you put into it, that's what you're going to get out of it. So I'm giving you guys these 5 little tips on why you should turn on your app on a Monday to make sure that you guys are understanding the importance of starting your week out right. That's where you're going to get the bang for your buck, is on a Monday. And basically, that's what we do over here. We give nice little tips when it comes to the gig economy, so you can make the money as well. So many apps is going to start the challenges week starting from Monday. You're going to have a lot of quests, like I was mentioning. You're going to have bonuses, incentive, the peak pay. You all are, who's on DoorDash already know about the peak pay. I know about the incentives when it comes to Walmart Spark. You all that's on the Uber Eats does a lot, because a lot of quests, and it does a lot of extra bonuses as well when it comes to Uber Eats. And also Grubhub, I have not noticed any perks that Grubhub does, but I must say, when they're ready to pay, they're ready to pay, and they're going to give you the bang for your buck as well. But it's like hit or miss when it comes to Grubhub for me in this location and zone that I'm at. Everybody's zone is going to be different, okay? So for me, Monday becomes the highest day earnings if you do it right on a Monday. And that's what I've learned. And it's best to start off making the bang for your buck, because like I mentioned to you, if you start Monday and you make that $100, $200 goal for that day, and then you come in, guys, and you decide, you know what, tomorrow, which is Tuesday, you all know me and Tuesday and DoorDash, we don't mix, right? We're like water and oil. There's no mixtures over here when it comes to us. So what I'm saying to you guys is to make sure that you're aware that sometimes these apps is going to work on certain days better than others. Hello, Brother John. Welcome to you. Hope all is well. Hi, Louise. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. Today we're just talking in regards to the Shmoney talk and why you should turn your apps on Monday, and why you should start your week off with a goal. Okay, start your week off with a goal, guys. Don't sit there thinking that it's just going to drop in your lap. Go out there and work it. Even if you say, I'm going to donate 2 hours of my time, 3 hours of my time, go make some extra money on the side of what you're currently doing, because it's beneficial to you and your pocket, and for your well-being too. Mental health as well, because let me tell you, you want to be stressed when you're lacking an extra $50 or $100 because you need to pay something. Why be stressed when you could come to Life with Paulette, and I'm going to give you the tips, and I'm going to even tell you guys before I leave the times that you guys want to start your app. Okay, I'm going to give you the time. Listen to me. Today is the day that I want you to maximize your earnings on a Monday. So I'm going to even give you the tips of the times that you want to dash, that you want to start your gig work. And also, I'm going to make sure to leave with you guys extra information on a few days that you can do it too, depending on the locations. Now, all locations going to vary when it comes to the pay. So I don't like go and talk too much about money, because what I would make here in Hawaii, maybe in your area, you may not make as much, but I still want you to use the tips and the tricks that I'm giving you, because they will work across the board. Okay, it's the same tips and the same tricks. The thing is that once you start getting more acclimated with the app, that's when you're going to start be able to figure out, when I talk about multi-apping, meaning you turn on 2 to 3 different apps and you work the gig and make it $200 to $300. That's another level. However, though, all of the little tips and the tricks that I'm giving you, that adds up to that. Okay, but some areas you will have to work a little bit harder than others. Okay, in Hawaii, like I mentioned, you all know I do 2 to 5 deliveries early in the morning. I start my morning off from 5:30, 5:45. So everybody may not want to get up that early, but because I know why I'm doing what I'm doing and how my market works, that works best for me when it comes to breakfast. Okay, so let me go in here to tell you guys the few little tips on how to maximize earnings on a Monday when it comes to the gig economy. Okay, because people don't cook on Monday mornings. Tip number 1, you got to know thyself and know thy customers as well. People are not looking to do a whole lot of cooking because they had too much stuff going on during the weekend. So first of all, they're looking for that morning coffee, that bagel, that quick little breakfast. Fast and easy money in your pocket is where it's at. Okay, so stay active during the lunch power window. So breakfast power window is going to be in between 6:30, but I start from 5:45. If I'm going to work DoorDash or Uber Eats, I'm going to start from 5:45 because they're earlier apps. Not all the apps are early apps. Grubhub starts in Hawaii at 8 o'clock. Walmart Spark starts at 5:45. Y'all know that's my favorite app. But the early birds is the one that's going to make the most money. So when you starting off and you know the time that your app starts and you already made up in your mind you're going to work that app, I'll suggest to you guys to get up and get to moving. Okay, so number 1, guys, to maximize your earnings during breakfast, you're going to start off in between 5:45 or even 6:30 in some areas, depending on the area that you're located in. If it's too dark outside, if it's too much stuff going on and you know your surroundings, then start from 6:30, but add in your 3 hours. Remember, the sweet spot when it comes to Uber Eats and DoorDash is you schedule yourself 2.5 to 3 hours at a time. That is where I've found the sweet spots, meaning you're going to get your orders, but you're not going to get your orders as what I want to say, you're not going to get your orders so low ballish, especially on a Monday. So make sure that when you're starting on a Monday that you get into the loop. They call it the loop. It's like an imaginary loop that you get into on the apps if you start off correctly. So the earlier you start off during that breakfast period, you're servicing those people that just didn't have no time to even, they barely could get out of bed and they need that coffee, that little bagel, plus, that little quick breakfast, that's going to equal your fast and easy money where you are serving somebody else real quick and easy items that's not going to cost you a whole lot. It's probably from point A to point B. They're just too lazy to leave their desk and they need you to bring them their coffee, and guess what? You are in service mood. Number 2, you want to stay active during the lunch period peak. That's a nice little power window as well. Power window starts at 10:45 to 1:45. Remember, I keep telling you all about this 2.5 to 3 hour windows when it comes to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's where it's a power window during lunch, 10:45 to 1:45. I want you guys to work when the market is hot. When you work on off market times, what happens is you're just wasting your time and energy going from point A to point B and you're not making the bang for your bucks. What am I saying about that, Paulette? Well, if you start to dash at 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock before dinner, they're all the orders that have no tips. They're all the orders that have nothing included in there. So you're just wasting your time. You may make $20, $30 or if that, okay? Because they're off orders. They're orders from longer distance with no tip. The person didn't care as much to drop anything in there. So you're wasting time. I want you all to hit the ball running and make the most for your time, okay? Time is gold when it comes to the gig economy, okay? Number 3, work near business district in the early day. So this is a good tip for you guys. I want you all to understand, when you are working the gig economy, you want to be near business district when it comes to lunchtime, breakfast time. Why? Because that's going to be the busiest times. Remember, I told you guys the first breakfast time little cycle that you want to be in, that window is 6:30 to 9:30. After that, everything is going to die out. You're just wasting your time. Just cheap, you go to the gym, which I go to the gym at 9, and because I already know the market already dipped. If nobody's ordering, everybody's working and focusing on work, but lunch is coming up. So most people, when they're ordering and you're around a busy area, the work districts, works best for you because you're working your orders are going to be so frequent. So 10:45 to 1:30, that's a peak time, guys. Hello, Sister Nicole. Welcome in Life with Paulette. Today we are talking about why you should turn on a Monday. Don't wait for the middle of the week. I know you guys are going to go back at the beginning just so that you can, to gather the extra information. But I just wanted to share that with you, And like I was mentioning here, work near a business district in the early morning. Why? Because that's where all the orders is at, around that time, lunchtime and around breakfast time. This business district is going to keep you busy. It's going to keep you going. It's going to keep you, in that active mood, and you're not wasting your time. So your orders are going to come in more frequently right around that time, guys. I'm just letting you all know these are little tips that I've learned, and I want you to learn them because I don't want you to waste your time. Time is gold for everybody, okay? Number 4 actually, because number 1 was you're going to hit the breakfast at the rush peak of breakfast, and I already said is 6:30 to 9:30. And then number 2, you're going to stay active during the lunch power window. The power window for lunch in all the district. This is what I'm giving you information is going to work in all areas. The difference is that I mentioned to you guys is that I can't tell you how much you can make, but I know whatever your mind is scheduled to make for that day, because everybody have a goal, a daily goal. If you're doing your dash and you don't have a goal, you ain't going nowhere. Okay? I'm just telling you. Anything that you do, you set a goal to it. So once you set a goal to it, that will work best for you because you already know when you go in, what you're doing, and when it's time to clock out, when it's time to clock in, you already know it. Number 2, lunchtime, the power window is 10:45 a.m. to 1:45 p.m. That's lunch power window, okay? The reason is that, and the other tip is with those 2, I want you all to stay within a business district. A compound where it's busy, it's always going to have orders. Not everywhere. If you're in your house and you live in the country, you may not, this may not work for you because you need to know your area. So once you learn your area, you already know I need to get into a business district around lunchtime or around breakfast time, because guys, that's where the money is at. Order's going to be consistent, okay? Number 4, this is when you're going to switch to the suburbs. Why? You're going to switch to the suburbs in the afternoon, you may ask, Paulette. Because family restock groceries and meal early in the week. Like, Instacart groceries runs, they hit big right around 2 to 5. You have DoorDash runs right around 2 to 5. If you on Walmart Spark, 2 to 5. That's the sweet spot. Why? Because people on a Monday, they already eat up all their food over the weekend. They probably had a barbecue too often, or one or two extra that they probably clean up the kitchen, and they need orders. So they're getting ready to come home to dinner. They're going to order the food right around 2 to 5. Number 5, for you guys, for the extra money so that you can make a bang for your buck, sometimes when it comes to DoorDash or it comes to not Walmart, but DoorDash or Uber, they do add-ons. That's the time that I will add on extra orders, not meaning stack orders around 2 to 5. Okay? Because that's when all the pizza orders is going to be in. That's when all the grocery orders is going to be in. But you got to learn how to switch the app up, and you got to know your app. If you don't know your app, guys, you are losing money. Know your app and know when to turn on and when to switch off. Okay, accepting the odd orders on a Monday app often sends stack orders, add-ons. Sometimes you get double batches, like sometimes, or even on Walmart Spot will give me double batches, and this will boost your earnings without new mileage, because most of the stack orders is like 1 point something miles away from your first drop-off. So say your first drop-off is a $12, and they're telling you, okay, it's a $12, and let me go ahead and give you an extra $4 on top of that so that you could turn around and make that extra money on top of that. So a $12 plus $4, guess what? That is like, that is $16 right there, and you're going on the way to drop off your biggest order. It may not have a tip, or it may have a tip, or sometimes they will hide the amount that they give you on that add-on. You see $4, and when you know it, it's $7. So you end up with close to $20 order in the same routes. So that's the timing that I want you all to take advantage of, because that's where you're going to maximize your earnings through there. Number 6 is use multi-app stacking the smart way. And when I say using your multi-app to stack the smart way, it's to have 2 to 3 apps all on at once, and take whichever gives you the biggest offer. I know it sounds a little crooked, but let me tell you something, it works. You're going to be on fewer miles, because once you learn the apps, you're going to start looking through the apps real quick. It only take a couple seconds. Once you know your app and how they work, how long they're going to send that offer to you, I start looking at mileage. I start looking at, okay, where is it going? Okay, good. Okay, and then I look at mileage, I look at how much they're paying me, and I look for the better routes. Why? Because that will make sure that you can be ready for the next offer. Okay, so multi-apping sometimes work if you know how to work it. But if you don't know how to work it and maximize your earning, I could be on a stack order from DoorDash, and right before I finish up, because I know that on Walmart Spark, yes, you have to be on a timer, but it's not as bad as DoorDash. I can pause DoorDash, turn on Walmart Spark, and I could turn on my Grubhub, and whichever one come first, guess what? I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna pause DoorDash for 10-20 minutes, because I got a $50 order from Walmart Spark that I'm about to go do. Then I'll come back within 30 minutes. Not all the time, but 30 minutes may time out, because Walmart Spark, right after that $50 order, may decide they want to give me a Red Robin for $90-something. No, you know I'm gonna take it, especially if it makes sense. So when I tell you multi-apping and stacking the smart way, that's what I mean how to do it. Okay, so Monday is a day for multi-apping, and that's how you're going to see yourself making the bang for your buck. Start your day off, your week off correctly. Okay, take these tips, guys. I'm sharing with you the things that I've learned throughout all the years. I'm over 3,000 on DoorDash. I'm over 1,000 on Walmart Spark. I'm doing my Lyft. I'm over 1,000 right now. Not over 1,000, probably close to 1,000 by now. Why? I have the experience of it, so that's why I'm sharing with you, and I want you all to win. So that's why I'm giving it to you guys. So number 6 will be multi-apping and stacking the smart way. Don't be a fool about it. smart, the smart way. Okay. Number 7 is to know when to clock out. Now that's the secret. Okay, that's the secret, is when you know when to clock out. Most people don't know when to clock out. I already give you guys the sweet spot of when to stop and how long to go. I already give that to you. So you're just coming in here and you want to know that, go back and listen into that, because that is very important, especially in the gig economy. We got to learn when to clock out. So skip the late night Monday grind after 7 p.m. I'm giving you the goal right now. 7 p.m. Just stop, because that's when everything slows down. Your prime earning window is sun up to early evening. That's it. That's your prime. After that, you're just working for, you're just working and going nowhere. It's like you're driving a Mercedes Benz and you put it in park and hit gas. You ain't going nowhere. You're wasting your time. Don't waste your time in the gig economy. Know when to turn on and know when to leave and to slow it down. Okay? So 7 p.m. After 7 p.m. ain't nothing much you're going to get but a bunch of junk. Now, some people will stay on until probably 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. That's my husband. See, it's lunchtime, so he's also gigging during the lunchtime, and I'm dropping off in an area. That's how it works, guys. So know when to close, when to clock out. You clock in. I give you the tips on when to clock in. I told y'all when to clock out, when the window of the earnings is going to be minimized. I told you 7 p.m. everything slows down. There's nothing to do after that. Like, you're just wasting your time. Everybody's already showered, putting the kids to bed. Okay? Your prime earning window is sun up to early evening. Period. Okay? So that is 7 nice little tips on how to create the earnings. Then I give you all tips on where to start and why you want to start on a Monday to create your extra income. And hopefully this video was beneficial to you guys, because this is what I've been doing for the longest across the board. Just last week, from December 30th to the 7th, guys, my weekly earnings, and I'm going to tell it to you guys, because y'all think I'm just be talking. No, I don't just be talking. I be acting. I'm a work in progress, yes. However, though, there's many more things for me to learn. But when you could end your week with over $1,000 and you didn't have to put a lot of effort in, now let me tell y'all, now on Walmart Spark, yes, you gonna put some time in. Like, you could put 8 to 12 hours in if you want to work the market. But can $1,000 be done? Can $1,500 be done? And that was only one of my app. I'm not going to tell you all what the other app was, because I want you all to see what I tell you. You can make $100 a day, $100 a week. I want you all to see it, but you all can't see it unless you try it. So you're probably thinking I'm just talking. And you know what? Just to show you guys, I'll post it in the post. Give me a few minutes while I drop my little order off. I'm going to post it because I want you all to see it. You don't have to be out there all day killing yourself. I do not do extracurriculars like stress when it comes to gigging. I work along. It becomes part of my routine, my daily routine. That's how you do the gig economy, and then it starts to work for you because you figure out how to do it. Okay, so like I was mentioning to you guys, give me a second here. Give me 1 second, guys, because my phone decided it wanted to cut out on me. Okay, here I am. I'm back. Can you all hear me good, guys? Hope all is well. Hope you guys are enjoying these tips. I'm loving this. I am getting to the point right now, even though that my YouTube has shadow banned me, I just want you all to know that I'm coming back slowly but surely, and I just want to be able to share good tips and tricks on things that I'm currently doing. That's what I'm currently doing. I enjoy the gig economy. It's been working for me for the longest, and why not share it with somebody else? Okay, maybe beneficial to somebody else. Give me 1 second. Let me drop this order off. It's only a few items, guys, so I'll be right back because I have a closing remarks for you guys. And Sister Nicole, I'll read your stuff when I get back. Don't leave, okay, sister? You hold on there. You stay right there until I get back. I'm back, guys. So, like I was mentioning to you guys, give me 1 second. Oh my gosh. Give me a second. I gotta connect these headphones. All right, can you hear me now? We hear you, sis. Okay, thank you, sis. Thank you. So I just finished up with my last orders. Hello, Sister Tanya. How are you? I just finished up with my last order, and y'all know how that is. You're gonna have those customers that basically never come out. They never pay attention to what they're doing. And I call the customer, no response. I text them, no response. So guess what? I left their groceries outside because I need to get paid. I don't have no time to be sitting down figuring out how to babysit people because they're not paying attention to their app. It's their products, it's their money. So at the end of the day, why you ain't gonna pay attention or what's going on? But anyway, like I was mentioning to you, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of information in regards to how you guys and why you all should work on Mondays, and how to maximize your earnings, how to get that shmoney up there. Why is it important for you to know your market? So I give all those tips at the beginning. Sister Tanya, if you're just coming in, welcome in. It's so good to see you, sister. So like I was mentioning to you guys, I give you guys 7 different ways on how to maximize your earnings on Monday. And I also talk to you guys in regards to why Mondays are the best day for gig apps, and I just wanted to share that because I thought that it's very important. I don't want to be the one that's not, that's only, I don't ever want to be that person that's covering information. I like to share information, especially if it's working for me. I want to make sure that I share it with others as well. I'm not selfish. Some people have the information, they sit on it, and they're doing or making the money, and I just feel like that's selfish behavior. It don't serve nobody right. It's best to share, especially if something helped you, it probably will help somebody else too, so share it. So that's what I do right now when it comes to the gig economy. I just feel like not everybody has the best outlook on it, because some people are scared of it for all the other crazy things that happen. Some folks have their own agenda of why they're doing it. Some people, they have their own opinions of why they're not doing it. But like I say, in everything that you have to do, guys, they're going to have the pros, the cons, and the in between. And so I prefer to try something and then figure it out, like, okay, it's not working, than to not give it a try. Why not? Why you're not going to try something that is it's no risk, besides you trying to dash or do something in the middle of the night in an area that you shouldn't be in? That's different. But if you just got to do 2 to 3 hours a day, and you can increase that depending on the high season or low season, and it's not costing you nothing, then try it. But I mean, don't sit there and complain or say, you hear Paulette say she made $1,000, plus this week. Yeah, because Paulette is focused. I focus on something, and I know it can happen. I remember there was time when I couldn't see $50 a day. I couldn't see it. I was like, oh, no way. But the more you do things, the more you develop that extra into, if I could do 200, I could do 300. If I could do $50, guess what? I could do $100. I could do $200. And you start giving yourself the task and hold yourself to the task. Because sometimes, we will try to say, well, I can't see $200 a day. How does Paulette do that? I already shared with you guys how I do it. It's not the problem with me sharing. The problem is, do you believe that you can do it too? And don't come with it, well, my market. No, you probably would need to work a little bit harder than I do in Hawaii, or sometimes I may have to work a little harder than you do. Or maybe you're not making or hitting those numbers because you're not doing the work in the little frame that I told you guys. Not everybody knows the little tricks and the little tips on when to work. I told you all when to start working. I just shared with you guys something that you're not going to find all over the YouTube streets. It's going to tell you when the peak time is done, it's going down, when to stop, when to turn off. You got to know when to turn off. I just shared with you how to turn off. So that means that there's time to do it, and there's time when it's going to be where you got to just turn off because it's not working. It's like I was mentioning, that Mercedes or that whatever car that you drive, any car that you put in park and you hit gas, it ain't going nowhere. You're wasting your time. It's not going to move, right? So that's the same thing when it comes to the gig economy. If you think that it's just going to fall in your lap just like that and it's going to just happen, you can forget about it. It's not going to just happen. You got to work it. But it's best to work it in the time that is working, and it want to work with you too. If the market don't want to work with you, like for me on Tuesday, I don't care what I do. Me and Tuesday on DoorDash is no friend. It don't like me. It's going to give me only $30. That's maybe $20. That's all I'm going to get. But you know what? As I consistently learning the market, as I'm consistently figuring out the pros and the cons and the in-between, I'm learning, okay, that app do not work on a Tuesday, but this app works on a Tuesday perfectly. And I make just as much if I was working that app than this app. I got my 4 little market down pat. Y'all know I do DoorDash, Grubhub, not Uber Eats, Lyft, and Walmart Spark. That's my 4 apps, guys. That's where I create my income. So Tuesday, guess what? DoorDash is not involved in my money making. I don't turn on. It's a waste of my time. Okay, so I don't do it. I tried it. I did my little troubleshoot on it. It don't work. So guess what? I moved on to the next thing. I said that one don't work, but this one works. And I can see I can make double what I would have made if I was on DoorDash. I could make on my Walmart Spark on a Tuesday. Because the market on Tuesday and Wednesday on Walmart Spark is peak high. So figure out your market. Figure out what works for you and what not working for you. And stop wasting your time on these non-profitable orders that you're just wasting time. I don't want y'all to waste time. I want y'all to make money. I want you all to check in and be like, Paulette, girl, I made this. I tried this to this, 2.5 to 3 hours. I made this amount. Okay, ask questions. I ask questions. There's people that know more than me when it comes. I have a lady that I followed in the YouTube streets that she have over 10,000 DoorDash. Now, who am I going to listen to? Her. Why? Because she got the experience, guys. Don't sit there thinking you know it all. You need to ask questions. If I say you dash between 6:30 for breakfast, 6:30 a.m. to 9:30, that's a hot spot. Why y'all gonna fight me on it? Do it. If it don't work for you, then come back and say, Paulette, I did 6:30 to 9:30 and it didn't roll. And I would say, well, you know what? How about let's try 5:30 or 5:45 to 9:30. You never know. Figure out your market. Find a sweet spot. When you find a sweet spot within the market, guys, you will come back and you're going to have so much success. You're going to have so much success. So with that, guys, like I mentioned to you, I hope that this video was beneficial to you guys. I'm working on being more like Pastor talked about consistency yesterday. Oh my gosh, yesterday's video sermon was like, ooh, child, he was on it. He was on the peak of everything. He just talked about consistency, and he talked about good and bad consistency. Then he moved from that, and then he talked about all the different things about friendship, about loyalty, and I was like, oh my gosh, so good, guys. If you all have not, I posted it on my page. If you all have not heard yesterday's sermon for Pastor, they're in their what they call that convocation down there in the Cayman Island, and they just talk so much good nuggets there, and that's where I learned yesterday how to stay connected. And you know, you be the it person, not always waiting for somebody else to be it to you. You be it. Okay, you be that kind person to somebody else. You be that medicine. You know, make sure that you're checking in. Make sure that you know, you're the one that everybody, you know, can depend on with certain things. That's how you want to be. I want to be that friend that check in. I don't need to wait for you to check in with me. I'm going to check in with you. I ain't waiting for you to say you love me. I'm going to tell you I love you. Stop waiting. 2025. We going into 2026. Everybody's like, oh, you don't say it to me. I ain't saying it to you. Well, I'm going to say it to you. I love you. And it's up to you. It's your business if you don't love me back. It ain't my problem if you don't love me back, but I love you. I love you. I love everybody. I don't have no hate in me. Oh my gosh. I love everybody. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to shine and continue to keep shining, because my anointing you can't have, and I do not want what you have. Trust me. Okay? So at the end, guys, just know that don't wait for people to do it to you or tell you. You do it. You be the it. And you may text or call somebody today, and they don't reach back out to you. It's okay. You do the work. You do it anyway. It's okay. I ain't waiting around and be like, I wonder what they're doing. No, some people be fasting. You know, they're not gonna tell you, girl, I'm going to fast for the next 5 years and I can't talk right now. Nobody can. It's okay. Stop making a big deal out of nothing. If you call me and you can't get me, you already know what I'm doing. What am I doing, Sister Nicole? You know what I'm doing. And I'm going to get back to you. If you text me and I don't respond, you know what I'm doing. If I don't respond, because you should know my character. Surround yourself with people that know you and know your character and not taking things so personal. You know, I mean, I have a friend right now. You text, no respond. And then if they do respond, probably a day or two later, it's okay, guys. Stop sweating the small stuff. You never know what they're going through. I was listening to a motivational speaker just the other day, and he said, you know, Sometimes people going through things and they think that you're ignoring them, or they think that you're trying to avoid them. And in reality, that's not the point. Is that we're going through our own stuff too. You didn't know that I'm struggling too. I know you're struggling. You tell me you're struggling. I know you're struggling, but I'm struggling too. But I gotta save me first before I can save you. So stop taking little things so personal with people, because everybody's going through something. And not because I didn't text you or call you today don't mean I don't love you. It just means that I'm dealing with me first. I got to deal with me first in order for me to listen and to assist you in your period of time that you're in. And you know what, guys? I love the season that I'm in right now. I love this season because I'm learning so much stuff. I'm learning more. I thought I knew people. I'm learning more. I'm learning so much about people. I'm learning techniques that I didn't even know that I could have. I didn't even know that I needed. You're going to learn people. You're going to be around people. And everybody is different. And sometimes, let me tell you something, a lot of saints, people will say, love people just the way they are. I ain't loving you the way you are, because you may be on a 0 and I see you as a 10. I'm going to love you on the level that I think you should be. That's how I'm going to love you. I ain't going to love you how you are, because I'm above that. I'm going to love you how God wants me to love you, the right way, on the level that you should be, not down on the ground. So get over the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. If I call you or don't call you, or if I text you, it's okay. I'm not stressing. And I don't want you to stress either. It's a new, turn the leaf, guys. Stop being so sensitive over stupidity. Let it go. Let it go like Frozen say, let it go. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I don't know how I digressed over there, but I think I was mainly trying to talk about when people with experience, having the experience and they're sharing it to you. Don't be selfish about it. If you learn something that's beneficial to you, share with others. It's okay. It's okay. And sometimes, it takes nothing off of you to be kind. It takes nothing off of you on loving people, where they should be. Because some folks out there, guys, when it comes to love, you like, love who? So just love above them. Just love above them. Hug them, love them. However you want to weigh your name. Even though if you think they don't deserve it, you love them anyway. Okay? Love them anyway. That's it. That's how it should be. That's how life is. And I love everybody. I want everybody to win. And me sharing these nuggets with you guys is because I know a lot of people right now, this is the holiday. I was listening, I think it was on Brother Jeremy's channel the other day, and there was, an individual. He was talking about how, to pray for him and his depression, because his depression is basically, it was taking advantage of him, and he normally get it right around the holidays. Let me tell you, this is a wicked holiday. This little ending of the year, we all got to pray for each other, because we all going through something. We all going through something. Okay? And when he said that, I was like, oh my God, there's a spirit roaming around that's definitely is trying to keep us so busy and focused on everything else other than the word of God. And you better learn to stay connected and plugged in. Otherwise, you're going to get swept up with this depression, the anxiety attacks. I mean, because this is a time when the majority, 99% of people, guys, is spending what they don't have to try to feel good for one day, maybe 2 days. trying to give the kids something that they cannot afford. And there's 99% of the people. I'm so glad for the truth. Like I say, I ain't spending my money on nothing. Don't be looking nothing from me, okay? I ain't doing it, because it's a cycle. It's a rat race where during the holidays, 99% of the people, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty close to right though. It's going to spend what they can't afford, and they're going to take another full year to try to pay back the bill or the credit that they took out just to have fun for 1 to 2 days. It's not worth it, guys. That's a rat race. That's a rat race. That's a cycle of a hamster running around. Everybody walking around in new kicks and new clothes and new this. Why? Because society's telling us that's what we should do. Society is telling us that's what we should do. Go spend other people's money. You know you don't have no money to pay back, but it's okay because I'm going to give you a 12 months finance or a 12 months no interest, and we so gullible, we swallow it up. Yeah, that credit card. Let me go and buy $20,000 in debt, and then you're going to take the whole year to do it again. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me I'm a lie. Tell me I'm a lie. I know I ain't lying because everybody been doing it. Okay, I was even part of it a few years ago, and then the truth came, and I was like, Lord, thank you. I'm gonna gift. I'm gonna sing for you. You know, I say happy birthday, but you ain't getting all the extra stuff from me. You're not getting my money. Nope. No Christmas thing under the tree, like my pastor would say, chestnut roasted on an open fire. Paula don't do that anymore. But I will work. Everybody else, they can spend if they want to. I'm telling you all this. You got to get out of that mindset of, oh, I need a new pair of shoes on Christmas. I need a new pair of shirt on Christmas. What about you buying what you need throughout the year? So when the holidays come around, like right now, when depression is hitting on a high, when anxiety is hitting on a high, you don't have to worry about nothing else because you're already done what needs to be done, and you understood the assignment of, I ain't spending all my money. I ain't spending all my money because that they're having a 20% off. Let me tell you, I'm into marketing. Let me tell you how to do the pricing, because I did that. Okay? And I'm an accountant. All right? Let me tell you how the pricing go. The product only worth about $1, but they mark it up and they put a name on it. So for instance, a Gucci. You want to buy a Gucci shirt. Now the shirt only probably costs, because they bought it in bulk. The shirt only costs maybe, I would say, $1, maybe 50 cents. You know, I'm just saying. And then they're going to slap Gucci on it. Now you buy that shirt, and then Gucci probably costs $2,000. So your shirt now is going to cost $2,000. Plus the $1, so say $2,001, or they always say the 99 cents, right? So say $2,099. And then guys, they're gonna come and they're gonna tell you, guys, for the holiday we're gonna go on a 30% discount. No, they charge you over like 1,000% on it, up the price, and then they're gonna give you a 30% discount. They don't lose. You think they're losing? They ain't losing. For something that only worked probably $1, maybe $2, because they buy it in such a big bulk, and then they hit the brand. It's the brand that costs the $2,000. That's what they're selling you, the brand. So you're sitting there and you learn, because you know they have a brand that costs them a price, and that's where the money's coming from. And you sit down. I'm only going to use Brother Jeremy right now, because he was talking about, you know, how the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And I was in the comments for 2 seconds. And I just want to let you all know, the rich get richer because they don't spend on houses and the latest cars like us people that feel like we have to be a part of something. What they do is they build businesses. They create. That's why the rich get richer, because they create. We didn't looking to create. We're looking to spend. So we will forever be in that bracket of the poor shall be with you always, because we're looking at the Gucci. We're looking at the let me get me some Moschinos, or let me get me some Louboutins and all that stuff. We're looking to spend, while the business owner's looking to create. Now, how am I going to get a name to cause, like Hermes, that costs $100,000 for a little purse? How they do it? Because they create. They already know the game. We ain't trying to learn the game. We're trying to spend the money. So that's why we stay in the little loop of the rat race. You guys need to know that there's a rat race out there, that if society don't stop and start refocusing and go back to the day of creating, 99% is spending. Nobody's looking to create, and the little handful that's looking to create is the trillionaires, is the billionaires. They're the ones out there that's creating the income, the space for you to go spend in. And this holiday, they promote it, and they make a big deal to tell you how to spend your money and why you should spend your money. And don't worry about it, because we're going to give you a credit card so you could go and buy it, and you don't have to pay back a whole zero interest on it if you pay it within the 12 years. When you know some people earnings, they take years to create and build their little emergency funds, and they blow it because we don't educate ourselves to learn how to create. We are only buyers, and that's even compare America with China. We are consumers, and they are creating. Didn't you all see it? They create. That's why when they were going through all this different thing, we are stuck, because we need their product and they need our money. It's a rat race. Learn which side of the track you're going to be on. This time, Paulette is standing out. I'm watching. I'm looking. I'm like, oh no. Do I like good things? I ain't gonna lie. I like nice things. I love me a Gucci. I'm not gonna lie. I love good things, but I work for it, and I pay things cash. I don't believe in credit, because that's where they get you. Don't get caught up in that free holiday credit card, okay? Don't do it. You rip it up, tear it up, or send it back to them. Send it back. Tell them you don't want it. I don't want it, okay? Oh my God, guys, I'm driving. I'm just talking. Hold on, let me see what Sister Nicole is saying. Oh, man, I tell you. Sister Nicole says, your time is valuable, Sister Paulette. Thank you for taking the time out to be live with us at work. Oh, thank you, sis. Thank you. You know, I love to share. I want everybody to win. And I feel like if you, during the holiday, especially now since it's fresh, if everybody knows the time that's going to benefit them right off the bat, why not share it? It's working for me. Paulette then ran over the tracks over $1,000 in just 5 days. I worked Monday through Friday. I did 2 deliveries on Saturday, and I did 2 yesterday. Easy breezy. And I made it. Then I had to work like a whole, Monday through Sunday, 12-hour shift. No, I just worked smarter. And that's what I want you all to learn too, to work smarter, not harder. And cross over, guys, to the $500 a week, to the $1,000 a week, to the $1,500 a week, working multiple apps. Okay? So that's why I wanted to share, and I'm glad. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. Sister Nicole said, do you work on Sundays, sis? I hope you rest. I don't work most of the time, sis. I work Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday and Sunday, I spend time with the family. However, though, December and January is my busiest month. Okay? That's where the money, you fall at 7 o'clock, come around and it's red when it comes to Women's Pride, because everybody want their order. So there is some quotes up in there for me, because I will work on a Sunday, but I'm only going to do probably 1 or 2 sparks, and I look like a fine-tooth comb to make it worth it. Like yesterday, I did 2 sparks. My first spark was at 7:30, I got a nice little spark for $41 for 2 items back into my community. That was pretty good, $41. And then I didn't do anything. I cooked, I entertained the family. We had a nice, little gathering, because my family, we are very family oriented. When we were finished, I looked at my phone at 5:30. I turned on because it was red again. It's going to tell you on Walmart Spark when it's hot. That's when you turn on, right? I turned on. I got another one for 6 items for $38. And then the person added an extra $8 for tip. So that. I was like, oh, okay, I wasn't ready for that, but I got that, So that's what happens, guys. When you are in the app, you learn to not cherry pick, but you pick smarter, because you know the times that they're going to give you certain offers. So that's how I work my gig when it comes to the gig economy, and that's what I do. But I don't normally work on a Saturday and a Sunday, especially on a Sunday. But yesterday, for this rest of this month, I will be working 7 days a week, because I have a goal of why I'm going to maximize my income, so that when next year comes, all of that's going to go into one. So just these next 4 weeks, I'll work on a Sunday if I have to, or if I receive great offers, I'll do it. But normally I don't. Sister Nicole say, and over here at 7 p.m. everything starts to get busy, because for some reason people want to be more hungry at night. Yeah, in certain areas, 7 p.m. maybe a 9 p.m. or at 8 p.m. because it all depending on the location and the time. Like I said, you're gonna know your that little barrier that I give you guys can change a little bit over here, a little bit over there, but that's the little box that I want you all to stay focused on. And it could go up an hour or minimize an hour. So a 7 o'clock for you may be a 8 o'clock time for somebody else, or a 6 o'clock for somebody else. For me, 7 o'clock, everything is going down, because people get off of work. By the time they get home around 6, they're ordering their foods from 4 o'clock to be delivered by 6, 7 o'clock. So after 7 o'clock, all the bulk items is pretty much out. Yes, you're going to have here and there items that's going to come in. That's going to come in. But then, like I say, know thyself, know thy market, and know your zone. And once you know that, that's the parameters that I gave you guys, to either it can go up or it could be down or in between, but just gauge yourself. It's just a little gauge, a little nice little sweet tip, sweet spot for you guys to go out there and make that money. Okay, Sister Nicole say, let me see, sorry, I'm turning here, give me 1 second. Tanya Brown say, Sister Tanya say, PJ, so many different topics, had so many different topics. I had to watch it 3 times already. Yes, I'm on my second round too. I haven't finished fully because I was doing all the other stuff, but definitely there's a whole lot of topics that PJ just be coming up with. Yesterday was so intense and beautiful. I mean, he started off right. He started off so good. Consistency and loyalty was the topic, and he went from friendship all the way to a whole lot of different angles. And I said, oh my gosh, that's why, okay, that is why I say don't sweat the small stuff, because like he was talking, you still have to love people and keep moving. And sometimes some people are not lovable, they don't know how to love, they don't even know how to show it, but you got to just do them. You got to love them how Christ-like, okay? Love them Christ-like, because sometimes they don't know what they're doing. They're not doing it right. They don't know where they're at when it comes to love. Some people don't even know how to love. So I can't love you where you're at when I'm the one that know how to love and you don't know how to love. I got to show you how you will be loved in the near future. So you guys, it was good. Go watch it, guys. Go watch it. I love you too, sister. Love you too, Sister Tanya. Patrick said, Amen. Hey, Patrick T. Welcome into Life with Paula. Hope all is well with you. John, welcome in, Brother John. How are you today? Hope all is well. Oh my gosh, guys, I just want you all to know that right now. Oh, so I dropped off an order. I'm heading back to the store or in the area. The other thing, when you're on Walmart Spark, don't go all the way up to the next Walmart. You got to be at least a few distance away in order to receive an order that's up close. Just to let you all know, keep yourself like 10 to 15, maybe 20 to 30 feet away from the Walmart zone, because if you're too close up on it, they won't give you an order in that area. That's another tip, but that one was for Walmart Spark tip. Okay, I just want you all to know that. Don't go close up to the place thinking the closer you are, the quicker you're going to get for that location. Sometimes it don't work like that. Stay always 10 to 30 feet away from the hub, so that way you can receive the order for that hub. I learned that the hard way too. So that's another tip there. Hi, John B. Hope all is well. Love you too, Sister Nicole. Oh no, we don't play that. I'm behind. I'm trying to catch up in these chats. Sister Nicole said, what you know about that, not King Cole? I didn't even know it was not King Cole, Nicole. Oh my gosh. But I used to love Christmas. I was a heathen. Oh my God. You know what? I think everybody could come up and confess. We all was a Christmas junkie. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, chestnut roasted on the open fire. Yeah. We used to kick that in. And you know, for me, where I'm the only one in the truth at this point in my family, all the family is used to the heathenism. Now, because I have a few family members that just decided, they're following Judaism and they don't celebrate the pagan holidays. So that's one thing we do have in common. But there's many out there that does. So it becomes very hard sometimes when you are getting to the point where you're like letting it go, and then all of a sudden somebody else is doing it. So in my house, we don't celebrate it in that way. We stopped celebrating the heathen holidays for a long time. But my husband, he likes to sing, and that's he's a Nat King Cole type of friend. He likes, and he used to be in a choir, so he can sing. Okay, he got a voice. Anyway, so he likes to sing, and you win and you lose. He listens to what he want to listen to. And I get to the point where you have to respect that. I got to respect that. Sometimes you're going to get to the point where, you're going to hear it. You go out in the gym, you go in the mall, anywhere you go, you're going to start hearing chestnut. I was in Walmart working and they had chestnut roasting. I was like, anywhere you go, and the heathenism is right there with you. You just got to know the difference, okay? You got to learn to know the difference, and that's the good part when it comes to making the right decisions, because even though I used to be a heathen in it, it's certain things that it's going to take a minute to get out of you, but the help of the good Lord, guys, it's eliminating. Okay, don't bother me no more. I can hear it and shut it off so quick. One thing I can't handle, like sometimes you're in the mall or if you're going, and most people over here in Hawaii, they like to have on that hard music, and they'll be running across with all the bleep bleep blap bleep bleep bleep, and that annoys me. I can't handle that. That bothers my spirit, because all of that is unnecessary. That's how I feel. I don't know about you guys, but that's the hardest thing, when you can't go and turn off somebody else's radio in their car because they're just blasting a whole bunch of craziness, but yes, sister, we all have that little heathenism that we are working on. Still, the feast is in the worship that needs to be cleaned up, but we're getting there. That wickedness is there. Sister Nicole, that's just their wicked name. They're selling for $2,000. Yeah, that's the thing. Their brand name is a $2,000 for a shirt, or $1,000, and I'm exaggerating on some of it because a Gucci shirt is right around probably like $500 to $800, depending on where you get it from. So yeah, you're gonna pay right around there. But I'm just saying their name. The name that they put on you is like when God made us. He gave us our name. It means something. His name means something. Even though some folks can't figure out what God named, but I can tell y'all better find out quick. Y'all better find out quick, because you gotta be calling out the name. The name is power. Okay. Let me stop. But anyway, what I'm saying is that at some point in time, you're gonna get to the point where you'll definitely feel like, okay, this is it, and that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I'm not spending anything during the holidays. I always tell you guys, my motto is I'm going to work through the holidays. I'm going to make sure that I'm working through the holidays so that I can get to the space that I need to be at. Okay? I have plans, I have goals, but I know that with the gig economy, you can make and create, that thought process of becoming more of a creator than a spender. Okay, so don't spend your money, guys. Put it up. If you want to buy a gift, you don't have to wait for Christmas. You could buy yourself a gift now. Why not now? Don't wait. Just buy it now, okay? Sister Nicole said, I'm watching a rat race. I'm not in it. There you go. That's what I say. I'm going to step aside on the sideline right now. I am not going to be a part of that thing, because you know what? They didn't trick us so long with telling us all the different lies and all the different things that right now I'm like, no, I ain't spending my money. No, I don't care what sale you have. If something that I like, then maybe I will consider, but it's not right now. Like I say, they get something for $2,000, only worth $101, and they're selling it for $2,000 because I have a name, and then they turn around and give you a 20 or 30% discount on it. And by the way, Louboutins right now, you can't even get no discount. Everything is just full price. Like, when are you all going to go on sale? It's hard to get on sale. Some of these, they don't want to go on sale. They prefer to just sell as is, or they're selling at the peak of the market. So you're going to learn that as well. That rat race, be careful, guys. Don't get caught up in it. Sister Nicole said, everybody is different. I don't like name brand stuff. Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff, like I say, everybody's different. Now, even the name brands don't like the name brands with the name on it. You're going to find a lot of the brand stuff with no name, because I don't want to be walking around like a billboard for somebody else, but to each his own. Do I like some particular certain things? Yes, I do. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here, guys, and say I do not have a thing or two. I do, okay? But I'm not out here trying to flaunt nothing. I may here or there, and sometimes it's best to have your stuff and it don't have to have no name on it. It's just a normal shirt that, to everybody eyes that don't know, they'll be like, oh, that is that, or that's a pretty shirt. And to others people that know, they'll be like, oh, that's a Burberry, or oh, that's another brand name, like a Alexander McQueen, but they know the material, they know what it is without the brand. So everybody is going to be different. You're right. And some people like it and some people don't. I just like I'll pay a little bit more when it comes to certain things, because I want it to last longer. And if I know the material is good, I don't mind spending on it. So that's where I'm at. And I know that, like, these little God is dope shirt, I love these shirts because they're easy to put on during my work and take off, and it just works a little better for me as having a t-shirt that you go pull on and pull off with your skirt, and it just works for me, but everything is going to be a little bit different. This is like the most that you'll see me on here for work. This is my work clothes, and if I'm going to put on something, I don't like too much brand stuff, but I like me like one or two little things. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, but anyway, let's keep going. I'm gonna read. Sister Nicole said, you did more than just ran over the tracks. It's just dirt. There are no tracks. Oh my God. Sis, well, you know how it go, right? You get to the point where you just not gonna follow the track. I ain't following that yellow brick road. When it comes to spending, I'm not doing it. I've learned my lesson, but I do want to make sure that everybody can learn how to create and get out of that thought process as this person. The reason why other people tax break is bigger because they always gonna have something to write off. They're gonna have something to write off. We don't have nothing to write off. We have spend. That's all. Our column is spend. There's nothing that's creating nothing. We don't have no businesses. So that's the difference with us. If you're a business owner, they go on vacation, they'll write it off as a business. If you're not a business owner and you go on vacation, it's a cost for you. It's a doodad for you. Okay? So if it's a doodad for you and for the next person, it's an asset. You're going to be down here all the time because these persons going to enjoy the same vacation, but they're going to be up here. Why? Because they're going to write it off on their taxes because they receive a 1099, meaning a self-employed person always going to trump a 1040. Okay? I'm just saying. Learn your little accounting sometime. It works. Okay? 1040, 1099. They sound the same, but they're two different beasts. And know which one you prefer. That's the one you're going to get your best write-off from. Sister Nicole said, I used to work for FedEx, and the busiest months are November, December, and they call it peak season. Yes, see, in the gig economy, it's the same thing. For us, for me, I'm going to talk about me, was the middle of November all the way through January. That's my peak season. So I may or may not do 7 days a week, all depending on the peak season, all depending on how tired I am. I go to bed early enough to make sure I get my little 7-8 hours of sleep, because when I get up, guys, I want to make sure that I'm ready. Okay, not everybody gonna be able to do that. I have a little bit more upper hand sometimes because I do have my husband. He's retired now, so he watches the kids. I'm not stressing of where the kids at, what are they doing, is everything okay, and so I don't worry about that. We really pretty much have a nice little thing going on. Hello, Brother Sal, how are you? Hope all is well with you too. Welcome to Life of Paulette. I appreciate you for stopping by, Brother Sal. All right. Sister Nicole say greetings. Okay. Brother Sal say yes, he preached a great message yesterday, from a faithful friend to being tried. Oh my gosh, Brother Sal, his message was so powerful. It's just what the soul needed. It's just what the soul needed, and it talked about, instead of you pointing the fingers on, oh, that individual is not a good friend, or they wasn't a good friend, how about you working on you be the good friend, you be the one, you be the one to tap in. I remember me and my sisters a few years back, I'm very close knit with my sisters, and my oldest sister and the other sister, and then it's me, and I'm the one to reach out always. That's my strength. I'm the reach out person. I'm the one to check in. And one day I got into my feelings one day, and I was like, you know what, I'm the one always, my mom always be the referee, because when the three sisters now, there was a little quarrel, and mom had to get between us, and I was like, oh my gosh, and every time, why does it always have to be me? I gotta be the one to reach out. You all don't love me, and you all not calling me. Girl, yes, Paulette had one of those moments. I was a little bit younger, a little bit greener, and a little bit full of myself. So I just went on a little rant, and I told them that they didn't love me because I was the one always doing. I'm the one to reach out. I'm the one to call first. I'm the one to do the other thing. And my mom sat there, and she always sitting there, remember, chilling, listening to all these three crazy girls that she created. And she said, Paulette, you stop that. She said, that's your strength. She said, each one of you guys have your unique strength. And that's what the problem is that you feel that your strength should be everybody else's strength. And no, she said, that's not how it is. She said, that's your strength. That is your gift to reach out. That's natural to you. but to other people it may not be natural. Don't mean they don't love you or they care less for you. It just means that that is not their strength, it's yours. So you have to love people based upon their strength and their contribution. Not everybody's going to be on the same level. And I was like, oh. But she said, no, 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 no. She said, think about it. She said, you're the person with the strength to make sure that you reach out and check in. She said, that is already part of your DNA. She said, but who executes out of the three of you guys? She started telling us, she's pointing to us to think now. And I said, oh, well, my oldest sister is a good executor. You know, she can gather things and she can execute. And she said, okay, do you do that? I'm like, well, I'm an entertainer now. I ain't no executor. I'm gonna execute if I have to, but mainly she's the one to make sure everything is taken care of. She executes. And then my sister, the one in between, she's the one that will carry out the word and do the gathering and put it together. And then my oldest one will execute, and I'm the one to entertain. She's like, each of you together is unbreakable, but individualizing, you guys are different. This is your strength, that is her strength, that's the strength the other person has. Stop trying to make people into who you want them to be or you think they should be. She say, when that they don't even have the strength, that's not their assignment, it's yours. So I was like, oh, okay. So you do have those moments where it's like, oh my gosh, don't worry about who called or who didn't call. You make sure you call. Don't worry about who texts or who didn't text. You make sure you text first or you text last or whatever. You make sure you check in. And that's the word that I received a little piece of yesterday, and it just edified everything else that I've been taught in my life. Like, wow, Lord, you know what? So guess what I was doing? I was like, okay, let me just go in there. Let me just go in there and do what I have to do, because you're not waiting on nobody else to do something that you know. If you feel like an individual didn't text you or call you, then go text and you call. If you feel like that person didn't speak to you, then you speak to that person. If you feel like that person didn't reach out to you, then you reach out to that person. And you will never have any issues and no space for the devil to vacate in, because that's just how life is. That's just life is. Anytime you're feeling that you're being shortchanged, figure out a way that I'm feeling this way because maybe I'm this way. Let me change this. You change it. Take it away from the devil. Don't allow the devil to use that against you, because you will be sorry for yourself for a long time. But this person didn't call me. This person didn't text me. Shut up and grow up. And if you feel like that person didn't do it to you, then you do it. End of the deal. When my mom was finished with us, we look at each other like, man, we look so dumb. Yeah, because she sat down and she parented us. She parented us. So now, Paula, I don't care if you don't respond. I don't care if you don't answer. I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to do what's in my spirit, and I'm going to keep it moving, because I have no control upon your response. I only can control me. And that was it. When my mom finished, I was like, oh, okay. And we never had another issue about who didn't call and who called and who loved and who didn't love and all that craziness. I was so crazy. I was thinking about it. I was like, my mom, lucky this she didn't just hit our heads together, you know? Like, but that's the importance of parenting. That's the importance of communicating with people that has better experience than you, so that they can keep you sharp, keep you on your foot, keep you accountable, okay? Not letting you drift into, oh my God, I'm feeling sorry for myself. Just shut up. Just hush, okay? Go sit over there and think about it. My mom loves to say that. Go sit over there. Or she would tell my sisters when they will go at it, she would say, when you're all finished, then you all can come right over here. And whichever one survived, that's the one we're going to have a conversation with. And they'll be like, Ma! Yeah, tough love. Okay? Tough love. Brother Sal said, Sister Nicole said, it is easier said than done to love a person because most people are just a straight up devil. Sis, yes. I know it's not easy. It's tough. That's a good comment right there. It's tough. It is not easy to love a person, especially when you know they're wicked. They're wicked. But the right thing to do is love, but it's not easy. It's never easy, sis. It's never easy. I totally must agree with you there on that one. Sister Nicole said, look up Nat King Cole. Okay, I will look at Nat King Cole. Probably my husband would know that because he love all that old schoolness. Okay. TNT, don't start. Where's Brother TNT? Hello, Brother TNT. I haven't seen Brother TNT. He's up in here. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Brother TNT, if I missed you. If I missed you by any chance, I apologize. Okay? I apologize. Totally. I did not see Brother TNT. All right, let me check in these texts. Patrick T. Don't start, Brother T. Oh, hey, Brother TNT, I see you. Holiness said, too late. Don't start, Brother TNT. Nicole, okay, you're going to get put in a corner. You keep playing. But Brother Sal says, sometimes I feel that way before. I'm always reaching out. Yeah, we all feel that way. We all feel like we're being cut short, or we're not being dealt appropriately. We all feel, but then when you look at it deep, Brother Sal, what I've learned is that some people just don't know. They don't know no better. And in the moment you get to that point of saying they don't know any better, and if they're willing to be teachable, then you can teach each other on how to be dealt with. But some people is not teachable. And then everything you say is an offense. So if you would say, well, okay, I reached out to you, or you may question. Some folks is more sensitive than others. They're like, don't question me, when in reality, you're just trying to find out. Okay, we're learning each other. Let me ask you this question so that I can know, should I not do it again? Or is this what you want? I don't know you. If I'm learning you, we need to ask each other's question until we learn each other. You understand? Like, I know certain individuals, like my sister, my second sister, she's the one that if you call her, sorry guys, if you call my sister and she not gonna answer, and I'd be like, didn't you see me call you? Why you not answer? And she would say, well, Paulette, I turn my phone off. No, for me, I don't turn my phone off. But if you call and I don't answer you, it's because I'm busy. I'm multitasking. Like right now I had to turn off because this is a great little conversation that I wanted to have. But I was saying, sometimes, guys, you do not have that opportunity to talk right then, and then the second they'll be like, Michelle, didn't you see me call you yesterday? Like, for me, but in her mind, I'm ready to talk to you right now. And I've learned when I call her and she don't answer, I give her space. Now, some people, you don't call them and they don't answer, and then most people be in their feelings. Oh my God, you didn't answer, but I ain't calling you back. The devil is so easy to come in. But I learned from my sister. I learned from my sisters. If I call her, especially the sister too, and she don't respond, I know she ain't up to talking today. And I respect that. Learn to respect others. But I could not respect if I don't know. So that's why you ask questions. So now that she explained to me how she is, I understand. It has nothing to do that she's mad at you. It has nothing to do that she just be busy and she can't talk. And I learned when I call Michelle, let me tell you something, and she don't answer, it's fine. Okay, Michelle, good to go. And I know that throughout that week, and if you call her too much, she's going to get upset. That's another thing that I had to learn, but I got to respect people. That's how she is. And I don't expect her to change. But I don't know until I know. Now that I know, if I call her too much, and she don't answer, and I keep calling her, then I got to know she going to probably snap. And then afterward, I'll be in my feelings. So I got to be, okay, I got to give her space. When I call my oldest sister, she don't even carry her phone with her. She leaves that upstairs on mute. So when she's home, and I call and I don't get her, it's okay. The next day, maybe sometime a week go by and she'll call me back and it's fine because I know she's probably busy. And she'll call and she say, well, I saw you call, but then I had a double shift or a triple shift and I was not able to get to it. And it's fine. And not everybody should have access to you all the time. Learn to respect people and their schedule, but also have the audacity to allow people to understand you. Because most of the time you feel, well, I don't need to do this or I don't need to. No, be honest both ways. You want me to respect this portion of you, and I want to respect you because I love you. However, though, if I don't know what you want because you didn't tell me, how you want me to respond? So the two sides are a little cuckoo. We need to work on, okay? From my perspective and from your perspective. But do not allow anybody to call you anytime. And have your little handful of people that can do that. And I have a little handful of people that when I am busy, and they know that I'm busy when they call, they already know. And if you don't get me, they already know. Nobody in their feelings because they know probably working. I probably have a Lyft ride. I'm probably not able to talk and listen at the same time. They already know the gimmicks of how things goes, so they don't take it personal. But sometimes it takes a day or two before I can get back to certain people because not everybody should have access to you, and it should go across the board that way. Only a few people that you love that they can call right then and distract whatever's going on, and it's okay. And then there's a few that don't have the same capacity of importance that they can wait a little bit unless it's urgent, And if you call me, I remember my husband always say when his father had called to leave the message that his father had passed away, and they called, and he said that was the most horrifying moment for him when to receive the call. So when his phone rings and it called 2 times and 3 times, and I'm like, don't you see your phone? And he's like, yeah, if it's important, they'll text me ahead of time, like, give me a up on what's going on, why you calling me? And I'm like, oh, I'm so not like that. And I had to learn that that's the best way to be, because every phone call you receive for that day, if you be on the phone all day. Because everybody has a problem. Everybody's going through something. And not because you're going through something don't mean I'm not going through something. I just deal with it differently. And I was listening to Pastor sermon today in regards to the encouragement, and they were talking about when you're going through, blessed be the name. When you lose your job, blessed be the name. Learn to say blessed in the good, the bad, and the ugly. Just blessed. You're still blessed regardless because you're still breathing. So you still got a lot to thank God for. If you lost a job, if you don't know how you're going to get the mortgage from, if you don't have a car, if you have a car and you can't pay the car payment, whatever you're going through, somebody else is going through the same thing. It's the attitude that you're going to have on how you deal with it that's going to help you move from point A to point B. So that little sermon that I listened to when he said, blessed, that's all you need to know. Blessed. Still blessed be the name. Blessed be the name. I lost this. I lost it all. I lost my whole entire YouTube channel. I'm shadow banned. Blessed. I ain't worrying about it. Why? Because consistency will pay off in the long run. Just because I went MIA for three weeks and I was so over YouTube. And I lost my position. So now I'm shadow banned because I probably deleted a video or 2 that I shouldn't have deleted. And they just do their little nasty block. So here I am. Blessed. I ain't stressing. And for those that's in here, by the way, according to Google, it said tell everybody that subscribe and unsubscribe from the channel. And when they subscribe again, you hit the bell and put all, so that way it can reset the algorithm so you guys can start, information can be reaching out to you guys. That's what they told me to do. But I don't know nothing about no YouTube streets. If you all have any other tips on what's going on, and I know that YouTube changed their algorithm and all that stuff. But like I mentioned to you guys, if that's the case, then please let me know. But right now, Paula is just going through the motions here on YouTube. Blessed, okay? Blessed, hallelujah. Blessed be the name of the Lord. I ain't worried. Y'all don't worry, but if you all up in here, subscribe, unsubscribe, and subscribe again, and hit the bell, the notifications, so that way I can start coming back slowly in these YouTube streets. Hello, Miss Jackson. How are you? Hope all is well with you. But like I was mentioning to you guys, I know you're talking about the gig economy. I know. And Paulette diverted into this. And I just want you guys to know, so far, if you were just coming in, hit that like button. And if you guys are interested in the gig economy, go start over this whole, I know it's an hour and 40 minutes, but it was great little nuggets that was dropped in regards to the times that you should turn on, the areas that you should be working in, and when and how and when you should just turn it off. I give all that information at the beginning of this video. And so like I was mentioning to you, so for all the family in the background that is listening, Monday is not the day to rest. Monday is the day to get ahead, okay? If you use your app wisely, you can make full days income by early afternoon. And I'm not lying to you guys, because I told you guys that by noon, I'm already over $100. By 9 o'clock sometime, I'm over $100, depending on which app I'm on. But Mondays aren't slow. So take that out of your head that Mondays are slow. Mondays are not slow. They're strategic. Okay, Mondays are strategic. I give you guys the tips, the little everything I give you guys, so you guys can be creative and maximize your earnings on a Monday. And now that you know how to work them in your favor. Okay, they are strategic. Go back, listen, help me out with my watch time, please. Start it from the beginning. Hello, Sister A. Brown. Thanks for coming in. With that, guys, I'm going to say a biddy goodie. Deuces to each and every one of you guys for chiming in here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Life with Paulette today was a little shmoney talk mixed up with a little bit of extra, discussion in regards to yesterday's sermon of how Pastor just blessed our ears and how good it was, and then a little bit more. However, go listen from the beginning. Help me out with my watch time here, guys, and I'll be the goodie to you guys, and I'll see you all on the next one. I love each and every one of you guys. Deuces. Hi, Sister Roseanne. I'm sorry. Yes, you guys missed the live, so go back and start from the beginning so you guys can get all the tips and tricks, especially if you want to work out in this economy that's here. I left you guys some nice little nuggets, Sister Roseanne. I know that you also work the gig economy, and I give you guys specific strategic ways with some strategies on how you can create extra income on a low day. Okay, for closing, like I said, it's very strategic on a Mondays to start your day. Don't wait till the middle of the week to start making your money. Mondays is definitely a must. Okay, love you guys, and I'm heading to work. Deuces. Mwah, 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 mwah. I appreciate you guys. Bye bye, until next time.